device themselves have actually seen that. So we'll see if that comes through once again for them here in the first game of the drafting phase. As EVOS Legends has the first pick, Alter Ego with the second. The Arlet and the Diggy going to be the choice here for EVOS Legends. Alter Ego respond with a Joy and a Glue. Is banned.
There's a Farsa ban also that comes out here from the side of EVOS Legends, again showing their respect towards Alter Ego, but take a look at what's open here. Both Claude, or all three, Claude, Melissa, Wanwan, the three heroes who have been really prio in the playoffs, who have really been banned out, especially emphasis on Claude, right? Because that hero has been the most banned marksman in Season 11 playoffs.
And also do note that RRQ, they let go of that Claude. There 4 games, if not 3 games yesterday. And sure, they got a game and win. But EVOS Legends, they adjust that Claude. And then it's just so hard for RRQ to come back. And I feel like Alter Ego realized that and understand that the Claude is just too expensive to let go of. And EVOS Legends now has a chance to pick up the Valentina.
Need some
if not,
stitches? I can help.
oh, it's gonna be the Melissa. Yeah, Melissa should be the prio.
Yeah, it's even in the keys to victory, right?
Yep.
You gotta take away Nino's Melissa, and that's exactly what they do. And man, Brands is also a monster on the Melissa. Now they have a choice to make. Valentina opened up Yves if they want to take it away from EVOS. They can go for the Fredrin if they want to take a safer pick. Mirko.
Valentina makes sense, right? And the Valentina, there you go, and the Lapu, 2 picks that are really good up against the Melissa. The Lapu, obviously, you should see a lot of Lapu when the Melissa is picked up and when the Claude is banned out, because the Lapu actually is probably one of the only XP laners that actually has an answer to the go away. Aside from the Arlet, right? When Arlet's banned, Melissa gets picked up, the Lapu, the bravest fighter, can go through the go away. Terizla, ult can be cancelled, or it doesn't connect actually, not cancelled. Yu Zhong can get through with the Black Dragon form, but once he's in normal form, that go away really shoves you back. So the Lapu is just the best answer to dive.
And I think that EVOS Legends, they should pick up the Lapu or the Yu Zhong here, and perhaps the Yves, I feel like. It's going to be the Paramis and the Yu Zhong. So again, the same approach, same as yesterday, right? They prio Brands, they prio the mid marksman, they prio the EXP, and as well as the mid. So same approach like Alter Ego.
Exact same so far here. Now Alter Ego have the choice once again. Right now, Nino should be the target in the second phase for EVOS. So Alter Ego, do they want to commit onto a pick for him? Against the Melissa, Beatrix, Brody is an option. I like the Beatrix better for Nino, but we'll see what they decide on.
Time and tide wait for no man.
It's going to be the Beatrix here, though I do understand why you somehow prefer the Brody. Going up against the Yu Zhong, at least Brody can stun, can flicker away, but with the Beatrix, it's somehow more vulnerable if you're going up against that Yu Zhong. But yeah, same approach here. Both 3 heroes that are picked up, it's that EXP, mid, and marksman still confirmed. Second phase, here we go. Alter Ego, they need to just limit perhaps the Taz's hero, right? The Akai, if they don't want to pick it up. Potentially the Barats can also be an answer here for Alter Ego. But it's going to be the Lancelot here. I feel like Alter Ego, if Barats is to play, you can play the Barats. Alter Ego can definitely go and pick it up.
Definitely. I think the Beatrix here works way better than the Brody because, again, sure, Brody does better against Yu Zhong, but you're mostly going to be facing up against that Melissa. And we've seen this matchup. Beatrix, especially Nino, who really understands how the Melissa is played. He can utilize the Beatrix just to use the Bennett and the Renner to avoid a lot of these skirmishes and to just clear out the waves, right? That's how the Beatrix has usually been able to get out of laning phase without getting too far behind against that winning matchup of the Melissa. But EVOS, with the proper respect, again, when I saw the Veramis, I didn't really like it here. You're already up against 2 AoE heroes, the Lapu and the Valentina, that can take all that Gold Alter HP away, and then Alter Ego pick the Beatrix. EVOS need to deal with that, and they do. With the Atlas, they are taking away another facilitator to this heavy teamfight comp.
See here, Alter Ego, what will they go to, right? That last van. Will they go for the Taz jungle? No, it's going to be Dreams now targeted. So Alter Ego also respect, and they realize that EVOS Legends, they are weak in that AoE composition, like you mentioned, Miracle. So perhaps they also want to limit Dream's hero that can easily pick off their composition. It's in the keys to victory, and Alter Ego seems to agree. EVOS Legends, last ban here. Will they commit to another hero for Rasi here, such as
I don't know, Lolita?
Estes? Lolita can also come through here. Eliminating Estes, I feel like it eliminates the Barat.
I will protect
Okay, we'll
you.
see here. The Lolita is
Your
going to be the
team
choice
is
here, though,
picking.
for EVOS. Because like you mentioned, with the called Alter, they are going to be very weak towards heavy 5-man CC, and that is what the Neon Blast is able to do, the impact of it. So Alter Ego, they have some choices here. Kadira is an option if they want to go Natalia. There's also the choice of picking up the Estes if they want to go head-to-head in terms of that sustainability.
Yeah, I think they should pick up the jungler first here before prioritizing that roamer, right? I feel like picking up the the Akai or the Barats. I don't know about the Barats, but Barats,
Akai.
yeah, but I feel like Akai can definitely be prioritized here, the neutral objective, especially when Selly Boy is on very, very low. But no, they prior that Estes here, signifying that Barat's pick is also available for Alter Ego in that last pick.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah,
I think this is a very good move because EVOS could have picked the Estes for
true.
themselves. and-
Also true.
Oh man, I don't think you want to go up
Oh,
against
Alter.
an Estes Faramis as a full team fight comp, right? So I was in agreement with you, Gani, with I think the Barats or the jungle should have been picked up, but then after seeing the Estes, yeah, that could have been really disastrous for Alter Ego had they not picked it up. But now EVOS, now the question is, do they want to double down on the Faramis and the team fight card that they are building up for themselves, or do they want some other win conditions? Do they want a plan B to fall back on?
Let's see here. What will they go for? I feel like Akai should be the hero
The
that
southern
goes and
seas
Kadira.
are
So it's gonna be
my
Dreams
domain.
Kadira. That will be Prio. Again, the pick-up composition that Alter Ego in the keys to victory mentioned as well that they need to watch out. And I feel like Alter Ego just Barat's pick, automatic.
I think this is a wise move too, right, by EVOS. It's not too much of a gamble. They don't want to go full fire versus fire. With the Akai, it is going to be able to disrupt their 5-man team fight for sure in terms of that structure and their team fight setup. And that's exactly the same thing that the Kadita can do, right? Going in for the flanking, that's Dreams' specialty. And he usually is able to get a lot out of it. So Alter Ego now, they're going to go for the Martis pickup. And this is going to be a very interesting match.
Opt for the Martis here, more killing pressure, I feel like. Right? If on the Barats, it's just more sustainability. It just adds more tanky unit. But with the Martis, it actually adds more killing pressure. Also with the decimation can give you and also pick up. So not just team fight here. It seems like Alter Ego they also added a weapon that can pick you off.
And definitely it's going to be able to go head-to-head against the Akai a lot better. I think very safe pick as well for Selly Boy. If we took a look at the talents prediction earlier, it was a split 46 to 54. Very 50-50. But what's not 50-50 is their tickets. They have to go head-to-head here, go all out, guns blazing in the first game of this best of 5.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, both teams are doubling down on a 5v5 team fight composition because it's going to be a slugfest for the MSC ticket as we enter the land of dawn. But don't worry, we'll get some breathing time.
I'm glad, right? Because now we get to talk a little bit more about the drafts that both of these teams have picked up.
It's a 50-50 draft, I'm going to be honest with you, man.
But remember, the Valentina can also take
Exactly, that's
a
why.
lot. Like, you have the
Faramis,
Kai,
Yutong,
you have the
Kai.
Paramis as well.
Oh, so many juicy ultimates.
Oh man, Udil's creativity is
Limitless.
it's up there, it's limitless, yeah.
And it seems like here with that composition as well, EVOS Legends, what they're aiming is just a team fight, right? From the side of Alter Ego. And perhaps Alter Ego needs to be careful as well that EVOS Legends, during team fights, they have the call Alter, so they need to somehow bait Hijume to perhaps force that call Alter first and then commit on towards their fight. That we have seen that a lot, right? Hijume on the Faramis, the opponents usually just go and commit to Hijime to bait that cult altar before with your objective take two, before 5v5, and that is where Hijime needs to be careful when there's downtime, quote unquote, when the situation is very slow. Don't snooze. You know, you need to also be careful because you're targeted. That call altar, Paramis without alt altar, I feel like is a little bit of yeah, you need that alt.
Yeah, very reliant on the resources, right? And looking back onto the drafts, I will expect Alter Ego to be way more aggressive than EVOS Legends earlier on here. They should contest more onto the objectives. They should look for more fights and end the game as soon as possible, because we saw RRQ kind of snoozing in that late game with Brands on the Melissa, and we saw the Melissa just completely shred RRQ down. So that's also something that they need to take into consideration. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going back into the game here. 40 seconds has elapsed, and so far, nothing too out of the ordinary just yet.
Yeah, let's see here though. Interesting choice of emblems, right? The Purify from Udo and as well as Rasi. Why? Take a look at the crowd control that side of EVOS Legends can bring. There's Akai, there's Dreams, there's Psychots even. Don't forget the two Petrifies that Dreams and Psychots also bring. That just adds more depth to their crowd control, and I feel like Alter Ego Esports respects that. They realize that and they go for the Purifies.
You're right, you're right. There's a lot of potential for EVOS Legends to work with, right? They have a lot of pickoff, they have a lot of CC like you mentioned, but that heavily relies, honestly, for that level 4. Alter Ego, they're not as reliant on that. Sure, it is going to be a little bit of a tough matchup there in the bottom lane in the EXP, especially before that Lapu finally gets the Bravest Fighter or his ultimate. So there are things that both teams are actually waiting for here, but what I really wanted to focus on the fact is that Beatrix is going to get that power spike a lot quicker, but here you go, level 4 for Pi.
Pi getting the level a bit faster. Now Psychot's not able to clear the wave, and that's the Petri coming down, but it does not help Psychot. Udo has rotated down below to pick up first blood, making it a 2v1 as they get more pressure in the XP lane to play around the first turtle.
A good start from side of Alter Ego, saying that they strike first. Perhaps EVOS Legends now, their winning condition that they need to control that early game, but somehow negated right with that first blood. And you can see here, Akai already prio his orange buff first before really committing on towards the turtle, whereas usually when Taz is on the board, when neutral objective is on the board for Taz, he usually is always there to take it. But it seems like already adjustments here, but let's see the take for that neutral objective.
Both teams are gonna start centering around this. Taz does have the opportunity to utilize his ultimate to steer clear of most of the aggression coming from Alter Ego, but Pi goes very aggressive there into the front side, being able to zone them away, and it looks like EVOS Legends don't want to contest this. Alter Ego with the first turtle.
I like it. I like it. Alter Ego with the move, right? The macro move. They are able to find the first blood, find the neutral objective as well, and EVOS Legends, they have no compensation here whatsoever. They just need to sacrifice that they lost that turtle, and for now, it's another reset here. Both roamers, though, it seems like babysitting that gold lane. Both roamers understand that Rasi's on an Estes, Dreams on Kadita. It's going to be just going to pressure that top side, waiting for Nino and Brands to activate. Very slow game here, it seems like, but overall, a very smart approach from set of Alter Ego.
That's why I really didn't like the Kadita last pick for EVOS Legends. I feel like with the Kadita, sure, you do add some killing pressure. You do double down on the team fight composition that you built on in the first phase. But the Estes with a Purify, the Valentina with a Purify, will literally negate all that. You try to burst Nino down, there's always going to be Rasi in the back. And if you try to go for Rasi, that Purify literally takes that Petrify out of the way instantly. To add on to that, Alter Ego can utilize that ultimate as well with the Valentina.
Oh, there you go. Oh, very aggressive here by Pi.
I don't think he's in any trouble right now. He's still going to be able to escape. He actually wants to go for a fight here. Has the flicker, but he decides to fight. Selly Boy going to be able to rotate down below with the Breath of the Ocean, not connecting. The Mortal Coil, not doing enough. But look at the mid lane. Alter Ego with a superior macro decision-making on the map. With the Nimiru's Passion now popped in. That's the entire, almost The entire gold shield turret in the mid lane taken down.
This is what I expected, right? With the gameplay that we saw just now. They're going very aggressive. They're trying to put all their focus on to the objectives. But what concerns me is the fact that Brands has yet to be touched. And Brands is not the type of gold laner that you want to leave alone, especially in the early game, right? That's when he's weakest. That's when you should strike, because in the later stage of the game, it's a lot more tough and difficult to get into that backline, despite having the Lapu Lapu. But both teams, once again, Taz versus Boy, Turtle at half health.
Remember, Rossi, as long as he's untouched, he will be able to heal everybody back up. Black Dragon form now used the heavy spin as well, but Rossi's still going to be able to heal them back up with the call. Alter down! Alter Ego, they collapse into one, and EVOS Legends, they are in shambles. Everybody targeting Psychots now, who's still going to be able to sustain for a bit, but the damage comes through for the decimation to execute Captain Psychots. Alter Ego with every dub in that fight.
Man, what a good approach from Alter Ego. They were able to just find the right team fight, and Rossi there pulled the Purify on time as well. With that Purify, he is able to heal the team fight back up, and just a convincing fight there. Again, Alter Ego Esports, they did their homework and do their keys to victory as well, right? It was 5v5, but 4v4 should do as well. With the heal, it just adds more depth and layers towards their composition, and EVOS Legends, as of now, as of yet, could not find their jam.
Yeah, they haven't. 3,500 gold lead for Alter Ego here in the 6th minute of the game. You could see beforehand, Nino was able to pick up the BOD already, so a lot more pressure onto Brands. You can see here, Boy seems to be rotating towards his top side as well. Are they going to go for a gank or even a play onto Brands? Luckily, Dreams is still there. And we are going to take a moment to take a look at the items.
BOD already here secured from side of Beatrix. Meanwhile, Corrosion side. So Marksman here, very, very good farm. But also do note that Melissa is behind 500 gold. Almost 600 here. That should be perhaps the adjustment coming from side of EVOS Legends. They need to protect Brands more, so that he can farm and equalize in that gold area. But apart from that, Yu Zhang here opted for a dominance first item. It will somehow help his team during team fight, but during by 1v1, it's gonna somehow not gonna give that impact that he needs. So perhaps he's gonna use that dominance ice as a again initiator, but bot side.
Taz with the heavy spin now, trying to get out. Is able to pin Boy for a bit, but the Mortal Coil gets him out. Udo now with the damage, poking him down. The Cold Altar saves him, and Taz is somehow still able to find the retribution on point against the likes of Alter Ego, have utilized the resources to go in for a fight. Now Boy caught, that's gonna be Udo's petrified, but he still is able to escape with a Purify, and the healing comes through with Pai diving in with the bravest fighter onto the Panda. That's a dead Panda. Alter Ego looking for more as they push through into the jungles of EVOS Legends. The Tigers, though, do not like it. They will take back and reclaim their jungle.
What in the world was that? Okay, sure, EVOS lost Taz, but they were able to get an objective out of that. And Taz is a level below Boy. And yet they were still able to steal that turtle away. In the grand scheme of things, sure, it doesn't really make a difference in terms of that gold lead, but it does prevent a lot more snowball coming in from Alter Ego here in the 8th minute of the game.
Gee, that's why you call him the Miracle Boy, I guess. The rough waves, not enough to get him out of the Mortal Coil.
And this is what I expect as well, right? When they picked up the Martis, that killing pressure that this Martis can give in the Land of Dawn is also evident, right? Decimation is there, and again, Alter Ego really controls that early game, where EVOS Legends, I feel like they really need to control that early game, but failed to do. And Alter Ego, they want the mid here, it seems like, but I don't feel like EVOS Legends will have trouble defending it. Oh yeah, and again, EVOS Legends, they need to also readjust with the Faramis. Why I prefer the Estes over the Faramis is because the Estes, apart from the ultimate, can facilitate you more, right? With the slows, with the heals, with the skill 1, with the first skill, it is just more of a enabler as well. And if you compare it to Faramis.
3 seconds now on the clock for the First Lord to enter the Land of Dawn, and here he is. Alter Ego should have more control, but there is still going to be some kill pressure coming in from Dreams as long as they don't know exactly where he is on the map. So Alter Ego, they can go ahead, but they have to be very careful. Nino has to be very careful with his positioning. But looking at it, that item, man, Malefic Roar as well already. Nino's ready for battle here.
For sure, he's hit that power spike that the team desperately wants him to hit. Oh my god. The Renner's apathy almost taking Brands down. Perfect coordination with Udil as well to take him that low. Now Alter Ego with an advantage, baiting out the Black Dragon form as they all just split away. Pi jumps in with the Raven Spider onto Taz right now as Udil's still going to be able to buy so much time, and in the back, Psychos is not able to find anyone. Rossi didn't even pop the Purify. Alter Ego, Nito's still able to escape as Dreams will fall, and the Lord as well will be taken by AE. They're looking for their first crown, they're looking for MSC, and Nito is looking for the game.
3 members are taken down there by EVOS Legends. They're gonna be able to get a lot on the board. A tower in the bottom side as well. Mid side turret crashes. 6.9k gold lead, and they're going for more.
Oh my god, Nino, miss a shot. What the heck? Even with the basic attacks on the Renner, he's able to hit it consistently. On Taz, on Brands, these 2 members right now are not given any space. Heck, the entire team isn't given any space, Gani. 0 kills.
Exactly. Perfect game force out of Alter Ego. And take a look at the gold lead, 9,000. EVOS Legends, they aren't able to find any small window here for even a pick-off. And that is sad. The only winning side force out of EVOS Legends, the only positive note that they have, that they can bring, is they have taken a structure there in the bot side. Apart from that, take a look at that bottom line.
Let's see. They're trying to siege it down, but the Muddles is going to be able to stop them for now. Nino, though, wants to put more damage onto it with the Renner's shots, the basic attacks. Mid lane crashing down again. Alter Ego needs to learn from their mistakes yesterday. Do not get too over-aggressive. But maybe at this point, with the minions, they don't need to get over-aggressive. They can play it passively, disciplinedly, and take the turret down easily.
The tower in the bottom lane falls here. Alter Ego with a 10,000 gold lead up until this point. With the Lord quite far off, 70 seconds, it seems like they want to still put some pressure onto the mid lane there. Taz gets chunked to half health, and the problem is, Hijume's ult just keeps getting taken by Udil. There's no process from Hijume to prevent that from happening, and that's something that we don't see even in the regular season, right? Clay on the Faramis was able to hide in that map, right? Not allow his ultimate to get stolen. But we don't see the same thing being reflected here for EVOS Legends.
That's the beauty of map pressure. EVOS have no map pressure to play with, so there's nowhere to hide.
Oh my god.
Not from the IMU, not from the Renner's apathy. There is nowhere to hide.
Man, did you notice that Alter Ego Esports there took down 2 base turrets without the Lord, right? Sure,
yeah,
the
exactly.
bottom lane,
hey,
they were able to, 1,000 kills secured here. MPL ID S11 new record by the original Kage. Udil. But yeah, back to my point, 2 turrets, 2 base turrets were taken down just by sieging, right? It was Nino on the Renner there, just poking, just one shot. And EVOS Legends, they weren't able to do anything. They saw that, but they can't do anything to stop that.
Yeah, there's not much they can do, right? They don't really have much high ground except for Brands, right? And his Muddles. I think previously we saw the Golden Staff being picked up by Brands. I'm curious to see how his items are going, right? Because sure, right now Alter Ego, 11,000 gold lead. That's great, that's amazing. But the later this game goes, the scarier Brands is going to be on the Melissa. They still need to keep the bull rolling if Alter Ego really want to take this right now. And looking at the items here, has Brands reached that power spike, Gani?
Yeah, item-wise, he does already, right? Golden Staff Corrosion and DHS, he is activated, but It seems like he's just too far behind. Beatrix is one item away. This might be it. This might be the final push.
That's a render shot right there, and he's gonna look for a snipe, and he gets it again! Nino cannot miss! The blessing of the Moon Goddess, the Alter, everything used to save Nino in the back line as he guns Psychots down. It's all about Nino, and EVOS Legends can't seem to find him. Bransdale with the muddles doing so much damage, but the base is wide open for the taking. Alter Ego, with no trouble, secure game number 1.
They strike first here against EVOS Legends, against the White Tigers. And Alter Ego couldn't have played a more perfect game. They understood the strengths of their composition. They put aggression and pressure onto EVOS from that early game. And none of the members from EVOS Legends were able to withstand the gold deficit that they were experiencing in that early game. Akai Taz was able to get a turtle at some point, but other than that, Selly Boy was able to dominate over those neutral objective takes. Nino's positioning was incredible. Rossi was amazing as well at the cover. Udil had so much to say as well in that game. And it was a very tough task. If EVOS want to take game number 2, they need to be able to put emphasis on that early game according to their keys to victory.
Again, a splendid approach and a very great, excellent game plan that I feel like Nefari has brewed for his team, right? I mean, my goodness, that draft, right? That Estes restrict in the second phase. Yeah, I feel like that Estes should be picked at the right time as well. If not, Dreams or EVOS Legends definitely will pick that up. And that is that game changer, right? That Estes is just going to be annoying towards out of EVOS Legends to find a team fight. And ladies and gentlemen, that was again I feel like for the most part, there was a good execution, also a good vision that their coach knows. Again, that Martis last pick, I expected to be the Barats, but that Martis, man, they were able to locate that. They were able to also utilize that killing pressure that this Martis can bring. If you compare it to Martis, just also is evident in that Land of Dawn, where EVOS Legends, 3 base turrets taken down, 0 kills. That's a dominant, that's a stomp. All right, so a very good impact. But ladies and gentlemen, that was game 1. And Alter Ego